The Shadowed Riddle. In the desolate land of Morlach, where the sky seemed forever cloaked in an eerie shroud, there stood a towering fortress of obsidian and bone. Its jagged spires pierced the heavens, casting elongated shadows across the barren earth below. Within the crumbling walls, an ancient sphinx, known only as Azrah, resided, its once golden fur now tarnished by time and malevolent secrets. Azrah, the last of its kind, bore the burden of an ancient curse that seeped into the very stones of the fortress, casting a perpetual twilight upon the land. From its perch atop the highest tower, it surveyed the desolation, its piercing eyes glowing like embers in the darkness. Legends whispered that the Sphinx held the key to unlocking the curse, but those who dared to seek its wisdom never returned. One fateful night, a lone traveler, Rennick, stumbled upon the fortress, his mind plagued by visions of a dark future. Driven by desperation, he dared to confront the Sphinx, seeking answers to his haunting premonitions. As Rennick ventured deeper into the labyrinthine halls, the oppressive atmosphere seemed to devour his courage, leaving only a gnawing dread in its wake. At last, Rennick reached the throne room, where Azrah lay in wait, its feline form coiled with ancient knowledge and malevolence. The air thickened with an ominous silence as Azrah regarded the intruder with a gaze that seemed to pierce through flesh and bone. A voice, laden with centuries of bitterness, rumbled through the chamber, its words laced with a chilling warning. "Who dares disturb the slumber of the Forsaken? Speak, mortal, and be consumed by the truth you seek." Rennick's resolve wavered, but the weight of his foreboding visions propelled him forward. With a quivering voice, he beseeched the Sphinx to reveal the nature of the darkness that plagued his dreams. Azrah's laughter echoed through the chamber, resonating with a soul-crushing desolation that threatened to engulf Rennick's sanity. "Darkness, my dear wanderer, is the essence of this forsaken realm," the Sphinx intoned, its voice reverberating with an ancient sorrow. "It seeps into the very fabric of existence, consuming hope and rending souls asunder. Your fate, like countless others, is but a mere whisper in the symphony of despair that resonates within these walls." Rennick's heart quailed as he realized the enormity of the curse that bound Azrah to this desolate fortress. With each passing moment, the oppressive aura of doom coiled tighter around him, threatening to snuff out his spirit. Yet, in the depth of his despair, a spark of defiance ignited within him, fueled by an unyielding determination to defy the fate that loomed over him. In a desperate bid for salvation, Rennick hurled a riddle at Azrah, one crafted from the fragments of his tormented dreams, hoping to unravel the ancient mystery that held the Sphinx captive. The air quivered as the riddle hung between them, its essence intertwining with the stagnant magic that bound the fortress in perpetual twilight. For a moment, the Sphinx remained silent, its ethereal eyes gleaming with a glimmer of something akin to admiration. Then, with a rumbling purr that reverberated through the very foundations of the fortress, Azrah began to unravel the enigma that had haunted its existence for eons. With each revelation, the shadows that gripped the land began to dissipate, as if the curse itself were unraveling under the weight of newfound understanding. As the first rays of dawn pierced the darkened horizon, Rennick felt the oppressive dread lifting from his shoulders, replaced by a newfound sense of purpose. With a solemn nod of gratitude, he bid the Sphinx farewell, leaving the fortress behind, now bathed in the hopeful embrace of daylight. Azrah, the last guardian of the Shadowed Realm, watched the retreating figure with an inscrutable gaze, a trace of melancholic wisdom adorning its weathered features. As the fortress faded into the mists of memory, the Sphinx remained, bound by its duty to safeguard the delicate balance between light and darkness, its ancient riddle forever etched into the fabric of time. Despite the brief reprieve, Rennick soon realized that the curse's grip extended far beyond the fortress, permeating the very essence of his being. Haunted by the Sphinx's words and the weight of its revelations, he journeyed through Morlach only to discover a world teetering on the precipice of oblivion. The once vibrant villages had withered into decaying husks, their inhabitants reduced to hollow shells, their minds consumed by an unrelenting despair. The land itself seemed to recoil from the touch of life, its flora and fauna twisted into grotesque, misshapen forms that bore the mark of the cursed realm. In his quest for salvation, Rennick encountered other lost souls, each grappling with their own torments and burdens. Some had been driven to madness, their anguished screams echoing through the desolate valleys, while others had surrendered to the all-encompassing darkness, their bodies transformed into grotesque manifestations of despair. The remnants of an ancient order, known as the Order of the Veiled Sun, whispered of a prophecy that foretold the arrival of a chosen one, destined to confront the darkness and restore balance to Morlach. Yet, as Rennick delved deeper into the Order's forgotten archives, he found the threads of hope frayed and tarnished, their promises lost to the inexorable march of time. Each step brought him closer to the heart of the cursed realm, where the shadows coalesced into an ever-thickening shroud that threatened to swallow his very soul. In the face of insurmountable odds and the relentless onslaught of despair, Rennick's spirit wavered, the weight of the world pressing down upon him with an unyielding force. Fueled by a desperate resolve, he forged ahead, battling not only the physical manifestations of the curse but the gnawing doubts that threatened to consume him from within. As he crossed the threshold into the heart of darkness, he confronted the embodiment of the cursed realm itself, a swirling maelstrom of malevolence and despair that hungered for nothing less than annihilation. In a cataclysmic clash that shook the very foundations of Morlach, Rennek fought with a ferocity born from the depths of his despair, each strike fueled by a flickering ember of hope that refused to be extinguished. The clash reverberated through the cursed realm, heralding a confrontation that would determine the fate of all existence within its grasp. Amidst the tumultuous chaos, Rennek glimpsed fleeting fragments of the riddle bestowed upon him by Azrah, the threads of the ancient mystery, weaving themselves into a singular truth that defied the relentless onslaught of darkness. With a final, resolute strike, he sundered the veil of despair, unraveling the curse that had plagued Morlach for eons. As the shadows dissipated and the land began to heal, Rennek stood amidst the ruins, his form battered and broken, yet his spirit unyielding. The people of Morlach emerged from their shelters, their eyes alight with a newfound glimmer of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unfathomable darkness. In the aftermath of the cataclysm, Rennek, now an embodiment of sacrifice and resilience, bore the weight of the cursed realm's legacy, his spirit forever haunted by the memories of those who had perished and the lingering specter of the shadowed riddle that had defined his existence. And as the sun cast its golden rays upon the rejuvenated land of Morlach, there remained a lingering sense of dread, a whisper of the darkness that had once threatened to consume all. For in the grim tapestry of fate, the line between salvation and damnation remained as tenuous as the fragile threads that bound the world together. But as the people of Morlach celebrated their newfound freedom, a palpable unease settled over the land, like a festering wound refusing to heal. Whispers carried on the wind tales of lingering shadows that refused to dissipate and of a darkness that lay dormant, biding its time for an opportune moment to resurface. Rennek, hailed as a savior by the people, bore the burden of a newfound awareness, a chilling realization that the curse had not been vanquished, merely subdued. In the dead of night, he would awaken to the echoes of tormented wails, the remnants of souls forever trapped in the twisted embrace of the cursed realm. The Sphinx's riddle, once a beacon of understanding, now echoed through his mind as an ominous prophecy, foretelling an inevitable descent into an abyss of eternal dread. The fortress of Azrah, now a mere memory, lingered as a specter within Rennek's nightmares, its shadowed halls pulsating with a malevolent energy that threatened to consume his very soul. The people of Morlach, their jubilant cheers masking an undercurrent of unease, continued to rebuild their shattered lives, oblivious to the tendrils of darkness that coiled just beneath the surface of their newfound hope. With each passing day, Rennek felt the tendrils of the curse tightening around him, ensnaring his spirit in a vice-like grip that defied escape. His mind, once a bastion of resilience, now succumbed to the relentless onslaught of nightmarish visions, each more horrific than the last. The line between reality and delusion blurred, leaving him adrift in a sea of existential terror, where the boundaries of time and space fractured under the weight of the cursed realm's legacy. No solace could be found in the embrace of daylight, for even the sun's radiant glow paled in comparison to the unyielding darkness that clawed at the edges of Rennek's sanity. The people of Morlach, lulled into a false sense of security, remained oblivious to the gathering storm that loomed on the horizon, heralding a cataclysmic reckoning that would plunge the realm once more into the abyss of despair. And as Rennek, the reluctant harbinger of both salvation and damnation, succumbed to the relentless onslaught of the curse, his anguished cries mingled with the echoes of those who had come before, their fates forever entwined within the fabric of the cursed realm. In the end, Morlach stood as a testament to the fragility of hope, a stark reminder that even in the brightest of lights, shadows always linger, waiting for the opportune moment to reclaim what had once been lost.